Hi guys, this is Amasha from Life Choice Investment and I'm here with Adaeze Chiwoko from Marriage for Real. So as you know, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and like and share the video if you like it. And today we're going to talk about money and marriage, and please introduce yourself.
Fabulous. Yeah, my name is Adaeze Chiwoko. I am the marriage and relationship coach for Marriage for Real, an online platform that has grown up to 20,000 people all working together to build and create amazing marriages. I also get the honour and the privilege to work with couples one-on-one to help them to radically transform their marriage.
It's such an exciting job, isn't it?
I absolutely adore it.
Because you're literally changing lives. You can literally see like a broken marriage and then you build it up and you help them, and it's like a bit of like detective job as well.
Honestly, it really is.
Right, so why does that happen?
Yeah, I love it. And I've worked with a couple who have been in the divorce courts and have been able to get them out, so I mean, it's just amazing.
It's definitely fulfilling.
Yes.
Definitely fulfilling. It sounds like that. So today we actually, because we already had a video about marriage and money, and we talked about cultural clashes and things like that, why, what the issues can come up with, in relation to money in a marriage. But today, I would like to just get into the practical side of it.
Right.
What do you think is the best way to manage money in a marriage, or maybe even your experience as well, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah. I did say in the last video, maybe I'll just repeat that again and go into it a little bit more, that my own experience in marriage, we've never really had great disputes or arguments. I think from the get-go, we really decided that there were certain things we were not going to argue about.
Right.
Money and housework were definitely two things that we said we will never argue about.
So you literally had this argue about that.
Yeah, we're never going to argue about. I'm not going to argue about cleaning.
Like a premarital agreement.
Right. I'm not going to argue about cleaning. I'm not going to argue about money.
Right.
But what we did do was just figure it out as we were going along. So, we tried to figure out who was better at what.
Right.
My husband in the past was more of a big spender than me. Mm-hmm. And now I'm more of a big spender than him. He's become hyper frugal. I'm like, what's wrong with you? At one point I was a better saver than him, and vice versa. So I think that's a really important thing to pull out, that people change.
Yeah.
And just because something works for you for the first 5 years of your marriage doesn't mean it's going to work for you for the next, the following 5 years. So I think be quite flexible with it. That really helps us. And so, we went back and forth and had some years where he managed the budget and then, I managed it, and we got to a point where we settled on, I manage the budget in terms of bills and the kids and what have you, and he does all the sort of big future strategy stuff, big savings and investments and what have you. In terms of bank accounts, because people always ask me what's best, should we have a joint bank account, should we have separate bank accounts? Particularly when somebody is quite frugal and the other one's a big spender. The one that's quite frugal is like, I don't want
a joint
bank account, so you can just go in and spend everything. We started off just having joint initially, and then it just so happened that because we have businesses, we had to set up separate accounts. And then we found that, my husband, here's the thing, I'm a great believer in joint bank accounts. I think that if you're going to be married, you're going to be one, you're going to have children together and all that, surely sharing money shouldn't be the big thing. So I think that we should be one with money. However, my husband likes to buy me things. He likes to be able to say, I'm going to pay for the family holiday. He likes that. And there's times when I just want to have my own money. So what we've done is we have separate bank accounts and separate business accounts.
Right.
But we have a joint account where savings, bills, kids, all that stuff goes in. So as long as all that's covered, then what's left is for me, what's left is for him. And that allows him as well to be like, yeah, I've made a lot of money, I've covered the bills, I'm going to use this to do this for my wife or whatever. And it gives me the freedom to buy a pair of shoes without having to sort of explain anything, you know.
That's another thing, you know, when people start hiding things.
Terrible.
I've heard, like, my friend actually told me that many times she finds boxes of shoes hidden away, and she knows that that her husband hides them because she already brought it up that he spends too much on shoes because these are like very branded shoes and expensive shoes. So now he started hiding things, and I personally think that is just the beginning of a disaster.
Yeah, it is.
So how do you deal with that kind of situation when someone started hiding money and things like that?
I think, again, a conversation, and maybe here's the one thing you don't want to do. You can't say to somebody, you need to be more like me.
Right.
So the frugal person, the person that's like really like, no, I don't spend money on shoes, you are not in this righteous position, right, to tell another adult that they can't buy, designer clothing if that's what they like.
Yeah.
So the best thing is to admit that to yourselves, but then just come up with a plan.
Right.
And say, okay, look, if this is something that you like, that's fine. You're in a family, you're in a marriage now, so you can't go as crazy as you would have done if you were on your own. But let's just put something in the budget that says, okay, this is for you to just go in. If you want to buy £600 shoes, that's your problem. But we've budgeted it in. We've budgeted it in.
Yeah.
We've planned for it. We've made room for it so that you can still be the person that you are.
Yeah.
But there's some control so that it doesn't
within
affect.
reason.
Yeah.
So are you saying that you should have like budgeting meetings and things like that?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely it is. And anyway, people should be planning for the future.
Yeah.
So you need to be coming back and saying, and it doesn't have to be a formal thing, right? So Mr. Chiwoko and I don't sit down and be like, right, it's time for our meeting on the family budget. We don't do that, but I might be cooking and he's in the kitchen and we're having a chat, and we'll have a chat about, we might be driving and we'll talk about our dreams and plans and what's going on with money. We may be in bed. And he might ask me a question, I'll ask him a question, what's happened with this month, bring out the bank accounts, and we'll just do it. So it's how you guys work. If setting a formal meeting works for you, do that. If you're a little bit more fluent, do it like us, but as long as you're talking. So we talk quite regularly about money. Just to stay on top, and we both know what's going on and we both know what we're planning towards. And then what we do, which is a little bit more formal, is at the end of the year, I've got a video on this actually, we plan for the following year. So we'll always go out for a special planning date. Okay. So we'll go out for a meal, but I'll come with a notepad and a pen. And we'll talk about the kids' activities and bills and any sort of major projects we want to do and what have you, and we'll set that intention for the year and have it down on paper and just really work that all out in advance. So that's probably the most formal we are with it. The rest of it is kind of on the fly, but we are always talking, and I think that couples really should do that.
Yeah. Just something came to my mind when you said that, like, to get to this kind of point, do you think it happened because you are similar people? Or do you think this is something that people just kind of build to?
Yeah, because we're not similar people, we're complete opposites.
Right.
That keep changing on top of that. So I've become more lavish. Right. Whereas he's become so frugal, it's unbelievable. Like, he'll buy his t-shirts in Lidl for £4 for a pack of 3. Do you know what I mean?
It's a good bargain.
It's a good bargain.
We're going to go to Lidl after this.
And he comes back so excited about that, and I'm like, okay, babe. And I want to go to my more expensive, more lavish shops, So, and those tables have turned. It used to be. I remember him years back when we were just getting together, and he spent £99 on a t-shirt, and I was so angry with him. Right. I was so angry. I was like, why a t-shirt? £99. Like, I was so mad with him, and now the tables have turned. So no, we're not the same, but you have to agree that this isn't going to be something that we are going to allow to destroy us. This is going to be something that we are going to be open and free about. It's ours. We want the best for each other. I have nothing to hide from you. We're building this life together. You want me to be happy. I want you to be happy. Our money is our money. So even if I have money in my account, it's still his money.
Right.
You know, the account outside of our joint, it's still his money, and vice versa. We see even our individual projects as each other's projects. So if he's in school, and I'm using that as an example because it's recently happened, and you know, outside of the planned budget, I was like, well, here's the money to pay for it. It's our, you know, it's our plan. We do everything together. I think that has been built over the years of understanding each other. And here's the thing, your intimacy level, your connectivity and your friendship will help you to have a better relationship in terms of how you manage your money.
Right.
But if money has the power to cause real conflict in your home, I'm guessing that actually your relationship, your friendship and your intimacy isn't quite there.
Yeah, so that we're always coming back to that. So it's always like another issue behind it.
Yeah.
Yes, because we do know that, you know, money is energy, so it can change certain things. But if you like really dig deep in there, I truly believe as well, it's got to do something like with something else behind it. So yeah, totally agree. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. I've learned a lot, and trust me, if you watch Adaeze's video, you won't regret it. Like I really enjoy it every single time, and she does coaching sessions as well, and she saves marriages and changes lives. And you know, just subscribe, just go there and then just watch all the videos, just binge watch them. I don't mind if you do that before my videos and then go back here. That's fine. So thank you so much for watching. Is there anything else that you would like to say to people?
Yeah, one of the key things that I really tell people is to not brush things under the carpet. Right. And money issues can be one of those things that people just don't want to address and feel really uncomfortable about talking about. I would really advise you to address this head on if money is causing issues in your marriage. And if you're struggling to talk together, then absolutely look for some outside help. Not only from a coach, but there's people that can help with debt management and all that sort of thing to get you to that place where money doesn't have to be a problem, it's a problem solver.
Yeah. Okay, that was a perfect ending. So thank you so much again, and see you next time.